There is literally a deer just hanging out outside of my window. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So I literally have been stalking the Flower Beauty display at Ulta for quite a while now because there's so many different products. This is the line by Barrymore that started out at Walmart. Now it's at Ulta, but in any event, there's so many of these products I've been wanting to get my mitts on, and yesterday it went on their buy one get one free sale. I'm sorry, buy one get one half off. Buy one get one free would have been amazing. Now some of these I've already given a go. I will link those videos below. Like for example, the foundation I've tried the Lash Warrior Mascara. I've also tried, two of her liquid lipsticks and one of her, here it is, one of her regular Petal Pout lipsticks, all amazing. But what I've been dying to try, namely, is the Light Illusion Creamy Concealer. I have been hearing everybody talking about this. This is like the new Shape Tape. Obviously because of the name, it's supposed to be more illuminating and less drying. That was one of the complaints a lot of people had about Shape Tape. The other product was the blush. Oh, this is one of 4 of her Flower Pot blushes. Oh my gosh, this color I just fell in love with. So I'm just gonna walk you through the application of everything. We're gonna talk through it, and then we'll do one check-in at the end of the day just to see if any of the new products melt off my face. The other ones, I know that they're good to go. Oh, one thing though, full disclaimer. So what I have on my eyes, this is not from Flower Beauty, the eyeshadow, it's from ColourPop. I did look at the Wanderlust palettes from Flower, and to be honest with you, some of the colors I was like, okay, you really look interesting. The other ones I thought, I either don't like you or I've seen you 5,000 times in all the other palettes I own. They also tended to have this glitter element to them. I don't know if it was an element or an overspray, but it was just too slight for me. Like if I'm wearing glitter on my eyeballs, everybody in the universe is gonna know I'm wearing glitter on my eyeballs. Like I want to look radioactive. So the foundation, I'm actually gonna kind of speed through because I already did a full review of the Flower Light Illusion foundation. I will link that video below. This is in the shade Natural Beige M1. And I did go ahead and prime my face with a Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer. And I have found I typically like to go in with 2 pumps, and it is a nice thick consistency, but not obnoxiously thick to the point where you can't blend it. It's such a good foundation. I love it. So I'm using my Real Techniques beauty sponge, blender, what have you, to blend this out. And one thing I will say, you probably already figured this out as the name would imply, this is going to give you a super dewy luminous finish. So if you are a matte person, you are gonna hate this foundation. I love it though. You can feel it. It's not like it's completely weightless, but it's not, you know, to the point where you are like, get this off my face either. It's just a really nice foundation. Oh my gosh, foundation. That is like my most favorite part. One of my favorite parts of my makeup routine, just to get rid of all that splotchiness and redness and look like you have the most perfect skin ever. I'm gonna kind of speed through this as well because I also did a review on the Lash Warrior Mascara from Flower. I love this stuff. I will link that video below. This is in the shade Blackest Black, and it does have that plasticky type wand, which originally I was like, I'm gonna hate this. It's so, so, so good. It really gives you voluminous lashes. It separates them. It doesn't clump. It's beautiful. What a difference that makes. And that is 3 coats with the Lash Warrior Mascara. So now this is what I'm most psyched about diving into. This is their Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, Weightless Feel, Crease Proof. This is in the shade Light Medium, and I got this because I've been hearing everybody talking about it, and I've heard some people saying that they like it better than Tarte Shape Tape, which is what I use religiously, but I've heard that this gives you a slightly more illuminating look, obviously, so I wanted to give it a go, and I can't even open this packaging, so this is like Fort Knox. I cannot get into this. What in the world? Okay, there we go. Just for reference in terms of shades, I also grabbed my Shape Tape because that is the shade Light Medium 2. So let's see how they compare. So that's the Flower. That looks dark. Whoa, that looks very dark and something. Oh man, look how much lighter the Shape Tape is. Dang! There is no way that's light medium. Look at the difference. That's flower. And this is tart. Shoot. Okay, well, I'm dying to try this, so we're just going to slap it on my under eye. I probably will look a fool, but oh well, I'll just exchange it for the lighter color. It doesn't seem that thick. Do I need more? I don't typically like doing like the, you know, this business. I think it's way too much and it looks cakey, but I mean, I will say it's literally like melting into the skin under my touch, which is good. Maybe I spoke too soon. Because I don't typically go with like a super, super light under eye concealer like I know is very popular. I try to match it more to my skin because I feel like it looks more natural. I like the formula. I like the fact that it definitely gives you like illuminated coverage. It doesn't look dry. Now I realize this might seem totally counterproductive since this is a light illusion foundation, but I always just like to put a little bit of the Cover FX translucent powder on my Real Technique sponge, and then I will pat it into my chin, my nose, and like right here and a little bit, basically like my T-zone, because even with, well, any foundation, that's where I tend to get a little bit oily throughout the day, and with something as illuminating as this foundation, I will get very, very bright. So the next thing we have is the Flower Pot blush. This is in the shade, I think this is called Hibiscus. Where's the shade? Warm Hibiscus. I think that is so pretty. I feel like this whole line from Miss Drew is just very light and bright and shimmery on the face. Where did that blush go? Wow, that's very shimmery. There's just hardly any color though. What is going on? Dang it. And I'm going in with the Sonia Kashuk blush brush from Target. Just stamp it on. Is this even giving me any color? I guess a little bit. I feel like I heard people raving about how pigmented and beautiful and naturally lovely these were, and I'm just not like, I feel like I'm not even hardly getting anything on my brush. Did I get a bad one? Did I get a dud? I guess I would say if you really, really like a natural looking blush, this is definitely for you. Okay, there it is. You just have to build it up. I can live with that. And before I show you lipsticks, I did go ahead and I set everything with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. So for lips, I actually have three things from Flower. This is their Miracle Matte Lip. These two shades here. This is the shade, what shade are you? Nude Blush. That's gonna be too pink. Then I got Bare Honey, maybe. And then in their regular lipstick, I got the shade Peachy Nude. Ooh, that's it, that's it. And with their lip liners, I didn't really see anything that was like, I didn't already have or that I liked. So I'm just gonna line my lips with the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner. This is in the shade Bear to Comment. This is such a perfect nude color. While we're here, let's just film in too. That's what I always do. Does anybody still do that? Does anybody just line the outer part of their lips and not fill in the rest? I haven't done that in years. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, be very careful with these. Look, can you see it's leaning? That happened the other day. It's been very, very hot here in Pittsburgh, so I think it just might have melted a little bit, but be aware of that. We're just gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I've had this makeup on now for a couple of hours. I overall like most everything. The biggest beef I'm having is with this blush. Like, are you seeing pigment at all? Like maybe a little bit here. That might even be my bronzer. I'm seeing a lot of sheen, not seeing a lot of pigment. So I'm wondering if that was just a bad one. I'm kind of tempted to go back and get that same shade from a different store. And then as far as a concealer is concerned, okay, here are my thoughts. I think finish-wise, it's beautiful. It melts into the skin. It provides a really luminous finish, but like you can still kind of see some circles here, so it's not as full coverage as something like Shape Tape. That's kind of giving me pause, but I think, I don't know, I want to go back and get that lighter shade to kind of compare to what I have, which is the light medium, which I think is way too dark, even though it did blend into my skin, and maybe try to build it up a little bit more to see if I can get more coverage. But if you try something from Flower, leave me a comment below. I'm really interested, especially in things I haven't tried that you have. I'd be curious to hear what your take was on that particular product. But in any event, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!